What you don't know is, sweet viewers, is that we've just had a whole counseling session.
That was an hour-long break.
But you won't know
was
that.
Wonderful. Because it's going to come right back for y'all. But we had an hour-long break. Okay?
It was awesome. These ladies, if you had one quick statement that you could give to advice about living out loud, what would it be? Miss Crystal?
As hard as you live for the enemy, give God that much more. If you were out there, I was on my way to hell driving the car real fast. I was speeding my own way to hell, and praising God while I was going. Mm-hmm. And it's not until I developed a real relationship with God that, as loud as I was living for the enemy, Lord, I'm going to live that much louder for you. I will not be silenced. I will not be ashamed of what I went through. There is no place too low for God. Even my lowest point wasn't low enough. Mm-hmm. This is the same God that reached down into the pits of hell. He snatched the keys from death and the grave. My husband preached a sermon one time, robbing the grave. I am finna rob the grave. I am not letting the grave take from me my purpose, my vision, the vision that God has given me, and my reason for being here. I will be the salt of the earth. I will not be just something that's going through life and wasting time.
All right, and we're on me. Listen, if I could leave one thing with you all, it would be that it doesn't matter wherever you find yourself, just keep moving. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations and not only do we become complacent, but then when I come out now, I've allowed myself to start feeling bad about where you are. And my word tonight will be, it doesn't matter where you are, where you find yourself, what you find yourself in. If you wake up, if you can continue to wake up, then that means there's still purpose on your life, and you should continue to push.
Get out my mop up.
You should continue to push until you find where purpose is. Know that whatever you've been through in your life, it doesn't matter how bad it was, that God allowed you to go through it, that it would birth something, that nothing, that you haven't done something so bad, but that if He knew you before He created you in your mother's womb, that even that thing that you're ashamed of, that God has planned for it.
And then she looked at me. I would say it's not worth it to not live out loud. In Pastor's sermon on Sunday, Amazing Grace, one of his points was forsake your quietness. Because if God has done anything for you, He's been too good to you for you to keep it to yourself.
She and my mop it up. I'm real mad.
Point over there.
Co-pastor, really? I was like, did she go in my mop it up? I hate her. No, really. I love you ladies with
you are amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Tore the curtain down in your own life.
Thank you guys for coming and sharing your stories. You know we have to have y'all back. Maybe it'll be a happier.
I'm happy.
I won't say happy. I'll say
change.
More funner, more fun.
Like
pick one of those, a lighter topic, and be sure that y'all come back.
She said that like she controls their honey. If God say bring them back to some depressing, that's what they gonna.
I don't want to be sad.
And so the producer gonna lose herself if we don't hurry up and end this. So we will see you guys later. You will see Mop It Up.
Sweet. Sweet.
And it's gonna be clean. And Mr. Clean is gonna be out here, the mopping gonna be out here, the pine saw gonna be out here.
That's what we're
doing. The awesome, whatever else they clean with.
Sweet, whatever else they clean with.
Right.
Girl, because I had a special blend that happened.
This is my sweet dance.
Oh. Love you.
All right, we'll be back.
Wrap it up.
We'll be back.
All of your fence and decking needs. Choose a professional with over 40 years experience and a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. Super Fence Company is committed to going the extra mile to ensure customer satisfaction. Call 214-454-4847 today and schedule your free estimate. Our motto is, your privacy is our priority.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
We almost ready tomorrow.
We almost
We
ready.
almost ready. We just swept.
We just swept, and it was an amazing show.
It
It was an
was.
amazing show. But Queen V.
But surprise, the V did not get to tell all her story.
Oh.
I want to clear some things up. Let me tell you something. We were in there. We were in there recording all night.
Yes. Yes.
And Empress decided she wanted to have something to say in the middle of my story. So I chose now to keep telling some more of mine.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let you.
You know, some of those Kermit did die.
Oh, okay. Well, Queen V, please help our sisters out there.
Well, ladies, I know I'm gorgeous and everything about me is amazing. But, you know, there are those people, married or just in a relationship or whatever, that cheat that one time.
Oh, they did.
It was a mistake. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. And it'd be the truth. They'd never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I was very sorry. I felt horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I was a repeat offender. I mean, like, to the point to where, like, you know, you see in the movies, that people were living totally separate lives.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, on a few different occasions. Not to the point where I was somebody else's wife, but, you know, everybody, I don't know why people thought they were supposed to marry me. I'm already married, stop it. So, I do not believe, having stood in those shoes, I do not believe once a cheater, always a cheater. Stop saying that to people. That is not true. But once a cheater, continue to be a cheater until you change your life. You have to change everything about your life. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as the people that are around you that condone it, you don't have to change them unless they promote it. Now, just being friends with somebody that cheats, you feel some type of way about it, but she grown. You know, she gonna have to do what she do. She gonna have to pay for that is one thing. But we friends and Empress. I know you just left, you know, your husband and your kids at home, but look at that dude over there. I think you need to go holler at him too. You guys let them go. You guys don't. They're not good to have around. They do not. It's like a drug addict who still hangs around his drug addict friends. Don't do that.
You know, they say, especially when you have like drug addicts, they say you need to change your whole environment.
Yes.
Your whole
Yes.
environment.
Yes. And you have to start seeking God for the things you're seeking these other people for.
Wait, not your best friend?
No, she can't do it.
Okay.
She can't. No.
Your pastor can't?
They can be helpful instruments.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets down to those times where he on my nerves, and it's just easier for me to call somebody else and say my husband is on my nerves, don't call them. Because your husband's going to keep being on your nerves.
Is it easy?
Because he's not always wrong. Sometimes he's wrong because that's your history. That's what he knows now. My wife cheats on me. So sometimes he's not wrong. But when the times that he is wrong, you feel like, don't nobody ever believe me. They don't need to. You're still lying. You just wasn't lying today. You're still lying. This a lie is a lie is a lie. And as long as you tell, if I can't trust you, I can't trust you. Don't get mad at people for not being able to trust you because you haven't shown yourself trustworthy.
God, that is a word for some.
It was a word for me, and I didn't want to hear it. Because people, when I would be like, oh, he getting on my nerves, always accusing me of stuff. Well, have you done anything to make him think that maybe you've stopped? Do you come home? Do you stay home? Now, I don't condone going through people's phones. I never will. Even in the most trusting of relationships, don't go pick up her phone to see what she did today. Get a life. I'm not gonna say do that, but
I'm more upset that you don't go through her phone.
or his on either side. Don't. Oh,
And please
when they
stop
go to the
buying
bathroom,
into
don't go
that.
pick up their phone. Don't
Please
do
stop
that.
buying into that whole mentality. If you love me, you give me your password. I need to be in your phone. That's what trust is all about.
And if you don't have it, then talk about it. If you feel like if I reach for his phone, or if they reach for your phone, and you jump across the room, there's a problem.
Right.
You're talking to somebody you have no business talking to. You're doing something you have no business doing. You spent too much money on something. You still friends with whoever they told you don't be friends with. You still lying about something. Okay? Unless you're planning a surprise party, it's not okay. Ever in any relationship.
Right.
See, if he go grab my phone and I leap across the room. I wasn't that leap across the room person. I was that fight. No, you gonna put my phone down. Okay, all of that. If this sounds familiar, I'm talking to you. But
If you love me, you let me look through. Child, please. We don't have time for that.
even on my best day, I don't condone. If I give you my phone to do something with, fine. Don't welcome yourself to all the other apps in my phone.
Candy Crush only.
Only call this person. But
Only.
it wasn't easy to stop because it becomes a lifestyle.
Wow.
Just like gaining weight, or just like becoming addicted to I was addicted to cheating. It's not that I was
revelation, right?
I was like, that's what it's called. It wasn't like I was in love with these people. I mean, you have these relationships. Now, I wasn't no bed hopper. We had whole relationships. We talked about what's going on in each other's lives, in each other's homes, the kids and whatever. You become friends who have sex. But you married. Or you in a relationship. You got friends with benefits and you in all your benefits is in hell.
That's what all your benefits are.
So
All your
you
benefits.
just become addicted to having more. Monogamy no longer makes sense. Why?
So how did you go from I'm so living this life to now I'm living out loud? What was the moment?
Like Crystal said, you have to hit the bottom a few times.
Not just once.
When it becomes a lifestyle, you have to hit the bottom a few times. Some people do. Sometimes one time is all it takes. Damn. Oh, I will never do that again. When you're creative, you just find different ways to do it. Okay, that way hurt. Let me go around. This way, bam, I found another avenue, And so you have to really want more for yourself. And you don't realize that you're shortchanging yourself until you begin to redevelop. I had to redevelop my relationship with God. Because we had plateaued. I was good right there. Built my house, had a fence, a dog, trees, a garden. I'm good. We can stay right
Me, God, good. Good. Look, we ain't gotta go no place.
Everybody else hollering about elevation, and I'm all, I'm living it.
I'm doing it. Great.
It wasn't that awesome. This is nothing like being stuck and not knowing you stuck.
A plateau with God. I can't. And you know what's funny? There are a lot of people who have been at a plateau with God.
And thought that's where you're supposed to be. I thought I even started justifying it. I'm a leader in the church, justifying the mess out of it. Well, maybe God just meant, maybe I should have been with him. Maybe I should have, you got a husband.
Who does that?
Sit down.
Who does that?
If that's not where you're supposed to be, okay.
Right.
If that's not where you're supposed to be, that's not where you're supposed to be. That does not mean while you have him, go find who else God has for you. He does not work like that. You're going to get all the way out that thing, and he's going to recreate who he meant for you to be. You married somebody because you said that's who you wanted to be with, that's fine. It happens. But while you're still married, that's not the time to go find your husband. or your wife. Why are you still married to somebody else? Stop that. You can't search with your own, you know how you dragging your house behind you while you're looking for another one?
It doesn't happen like that. You have to sell that house.
At least get out.
Yeah, get out first. Get out.
It's like pushing 2 baskets around at the grocery store. Unless all that's going to the same house. You know how on the 1st and the 15th you go get all your stuff?
No, all of us can't go on the 1st and the 15th.
I'm speaking to the 1st and 15th people. I'm not a 1st and 15th person.
I'm going to speak to the people who go once.
Some of y'all go once a month. Well, I produce and giving a visual of everything that I'm saying.
Yes. Bag lady. You going to hurt your
That's
back.
who you become, a bag lady. While you out searching and toting at the same time. Stop.
I will say this, that I'm so glad that the person who you once were does not have you like this bound up, and you have not plateaued. Me and God right here, we good, we not going nowhere. I love that you have elevated in sharing your story, because how many people can say that they have this platform to say, who does that? Stop that! Coming to an episode
Real soon.
really soon.
Real soon.
Who
But
does that?
It
Stop
came, the change came. You know, you're at this plateau, you think you're good. God thought enough of me to show me, I have more for you. You won't let me give it to you. And you
That
like,
sucks.
wait a minute. You know, I'm my holdup. I'm my pushback. I am the rope holding me to the tree. You know, they talk about all the time how stuff let you go a long time ago, but you won't let go of it. I had a good grip on that life. This is my life. I wasn't giving it up. This is mine.
Definition of stronghold.
I had it. I was good. All my strength, everything I had went into maintaining that life. It was draining the life out of me. It got to a point to where I was no longer me, because I was trying to stay there. So everything God had granted me up until that point, I was even losing that, including my sanity. And it wasn't running behind a man. I didn't deal with none of them. Screw all y'all. You know? It was totally just that life. I can honestly say I would not bring any of those people with me.
Wow.
You know, those that were full-blown affairs. I wouldn't bring any of those people. No. You were just, sorry guys, you were a pawn. I used these people and told myself it was love. I told myself I was in love. I told myself this was okay. I mean, that life, it didn't leave
is
any
a
track mark.
horrible word. That's a terrible word.
It's the truth.
But it is the
When you
truth.
come to the realization, it is absolutely the truth.
And you know what? The truth will make you free. I bet that there are some viewers who are watching this show
They're
that
probably pissed off at me. So.
really angry. Really angry.
It's truth. And people say, how can you say you love somebody and be a repeat cheater? Because you're not loving you. You genuinely, like, you do it and you tell yourself because you're hiding it, you hide it because you love them, otherwise you just flaunt it and disrespect them. So I must love them because I'm not just throwing it in their face. I'm doing you a favor by staying married. You tell yourself all these things. But then you talk about the traditional addictions, and they tell themselves the exact same thing. I'm hiding this from my family. Nobody really knows. Nobody understands. It's really through the elevation in your relationship with God. Only God can bring us out of a lot of stuff that we put ourselves into. I don't know, like, okay, the first affair kicked the door open. I learned so much about myself. I wanted to keep learning. Then I went from student to professional. Okay, I wrote the book on how to do it, how to get it done. And it's not that I thought it was cute, but people used to say, "Are you married?" I'd be like, "Baby, I'm more than married."
Oh, and you thought that was okay.
I'm more than married.
More than married.
Like, I got mine and some, okay?
Yeah,
So I'm
totally
a busy
got
woman,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and you reflect on the stupid stuff that used to come out of your mouth, and you're like, Lord, and you kept me through that, and then you gonna use me to talk to somebody else knowing what I've done? Like, it's hard to sit next to people who haven't, somebody that wants to be married. And I was trashing mine all over the Metroplex, just all over the place. So then you think about the friends who want what you have and you've been throwing it away. Like, get your life. You're so selfish. That life is so selfish. And when you become the new you, when you release that, when you can look at the people that you did those things with, and I mean, you don't wish them no harm. You're not mad at them because these are decisions that you made. But you can look at them and not have those feelings anymore. It's not sexual anymore. It's true, genuine. I hope you're good. I hope your life works out. If you need me, I'm here. But just know, 150 foot, like the Red Sea, is in between us. Because, I'm not going back to that life.
Please don't go back.
I won't go back. I can't go back.
And that's the perfect song. That is the perfect song, especially for this particular show. And the reason why it's perfect is because you think about the words say, "I've been changed, I've been healed, no more shame, no more
Delivered.
guilt, delivered." And I think about that and go, if going back is not an option. It's like you can't, when they say like, "I won't go back," I can't go back because it's not an option. When you think about where God brought you from, and hey PCJ, he says all the time, God didn't just bring us some of the way. As if a mighty long is not long enough. He brought us all the way. All the way. And when he brings you all the way, you're like, when you look back, especially now when I think about that and I look back in this short amount of time that we've been doing S.W.E.E.P, and I look back, I'm not that person. It took this for me to go, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? What were we thinking? We weren't. I'll never forget.
Ever. We always say we didn't go through what God sent us through for us. Whoever I did that for, please hear this. It's not worth it. It's not cute. You're not going to get anything valuable out of it. Nothing. It's going to tear you from the inside out. And because you're so strong, people won't see it right off. But when you crack, and when it comes through, it's coming. The floodgates are going to open, and it's going to affect every part of your life. All of it. I wasn't even doing it for the money, and I lost just about every dime that I had. It affects everything. It's not worth it.
And what makes it a little bit worse is that, believe it or not, you're connected to people. And whether you know it or not, the people who you're connected to can be affected by what's going on. And all I keep thinking is I was like, I wonder, do you take that with you? Do you take that with you?
Yes. It's like I said earlier, I felt bad because I felt like the people that knew what I was doing and condoning it or sticking with me through it, that I was negatively affecting their life and that I was blocking their blessings because they were connected to me, and that's what I was doing. And like when you start taking that weight on and when you start seeing the effects of your life, and it's one thing to ruin your own life, but when you feel like you're incidentally ruining somebody else's, and these are people you genuinely love and care about, it's a totally different monster if you don't care that you're ruining somebody else's chance at happiness.
But you didn't. You have not, and I'm thinking about all the women who are looking at this going, oh boy, but I'm learning.
Right. And I mean, I think we women, because people expect it from men. And so I was always the woman that wives would come to and say, why is my husband doing this? And I would be able to tell them, this is probably how he feels. This is probably what he's dealing with. Because they just wanted to, they knew part of my story. And they was just like, okay, you did this. Why did you do it? So I can figure out what's going on at home. And I would tell, and sometimes it would help.
Mm-hmm.
Every case is different. People cheat for different reasons.
Absolutely.
Somebody might genuinely be unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I'm saying, just don't know how to get out. But people do different things for different reasons. But like women would come to me. And then men would feel like they could relate to me. And I was like, I saw that and I thought, I took that. God had to even take that from me because I started seeing the positive in that. And he's like, no. That's not what you're doing with
right.
this. You know, don't go do it some more so you can have some more stories to tell. Or don't, you know. And so it's like people expect it from men. But when women do it, it is, I mean, you almost go back to Salem. Almost
Stone her.
Go back to Scarlet Letter and put that, you know, put her in the woods or something.
Stone her, baby.
But, I mean, we do it. Women are getting, you know, more powerful, and we start just because I feel like it. We do that real good, especially me. So,
just because I felt like it.
If you don't feel accountability to anybody else, feel your accountability to God and what He has entrusted you with and what you're doing with your gift. I have the gift of influence. I led some people down some really dark paths. I'm going to have to answer for that. I'm not really excited about that. I'm not really excited about that. And I'm going to, now, I can say I'll spend my life trying to make up for that.
Your life.
My life.
Your life.
Giving your life to God is the truth. It makes everything different. He will never throw, none of the stuff you heard today will God ever throw in my face. So I'm not worried about what people on the other side of this camera may think. Because God will never throw it in my face. He restored me, and He is using me. Nothing we do will go to waste. He will use it all for the glory.
And you,
for His glory.
You have helped so many women. Because believe it or not, there is somebody who is doing what you're doing.
It's not that uncommon.
Right now. It's really not.
Discussed.
It's really not. But women won't discuss it. Women are ready to stone her, put the A on her.
Because they usually have children.
And or it's a wife who is judging you right now. See.
Because she's been cheated on.
Yes.
And I understand that. And that is a very hurtful thing. And I do sincerely apologize to anybody who has been cheated on. Especially when you know you're doing everything right and it's still not changing who you love. I'm sorry. To be perfectly honest, some people just do it out of spite. They just pure evil. But some of us really don't have a grip on reality. And it takes some pretty drastic things to get us back.
And sometimes it's God Himself that steps in and finally says, enough is enough.
Yes.
And I feel like when you get to that point, when He finally says enough is enough, that's that rock bottom that you can't, there's nothing left.
When God says stop.
When God says stop, not you. Sometimes
you hope you get it right.
You get it right before God has to leave the throne.
Did not tell you.
Yeah, right. And say stop. And you know, I say that, I say that because I started thinking about the shaft, and I thought about how in that book God came down and said, okay, look, we need to discuss some things because your life's not going the way it needs to. But in that same token, I think it's awesome that you are like, I did it, I'm restored, and I'm in the business of restoring people.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. We're supposed to mop it up. But I don't think that's necessary.
Oh my gosh.
I think that by what you're saying, by knowing that you've been restored and that there's restoration and that it doesn't matter how low you are, God can still come pick you up is amazing.
God will still come pick you up.
Especially if he still has something for you to do.
And that's the only reason you're still here.
Yes, there's something.
As long as you're here, you cannot get too low for him to come down and come get you.
Because he will.
You have to want him to. You have to want to change. Because he could very easily come get you, restore you, put you back on the shelf for you to jump back into the gutter. So he's going to wait till you're done. He'll wait. He'll wait. Don't let that time run out.
Yes, please don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
You don't know when it's going to come. You do not know when the end is going to come. And that was my fear.
Mm-hmm.
People are always like, where are you going to be when the rapture comes? And I'm like, Lord, please don't let me be in this man's bed when you come back to get me. Like, that was a real thought for me. Like, you really have to get that far to want to get out of that thing. And that's all I kept seeing is I'll be walking around with somebody that doesn't belong to me when Jesus is like,
hey,
you know,
it's time to go.
and I was like, let this be the reason I get left down here, you know?
I don't want to be left. I don't want to be left. But you know what? Even in that, there's still time. To that woman who is looking at Queen V right now, who is like, but she cheated. Okay, we're getting past that.
ED.
Past.
She cheated.
Past. And my
She
God
know
is a
God
God of
every day.
restoration. And He is a God of restoration. And we are grateful for it and thankful for Queen V for mopping this up.
Thank you to co-pastor Jones and Minister Johnson.
Yes. Minister Johnson, who shared their stories with us, and they were amazing.
Amazing job. Thank you so much.
honey.
I'm so excited to see what God is doing in each of our lives, and we cannot wait to hear from you guys to see what He's doing for you.
Hit us up on Facebook,
On Twitter.
We have
Subscribe to our
email.
page.
Yes, we have an
Send
email.
us a Sis Sessions note.
Send us your testimonies about how, please, I'm begging you, if you have anything that you would like to say to anybody, send us their testimony. Let us know how we've helped and how we will continue to help. And honey, this next episode,
It's going to be funny.
well, yes it is.
That's all we're
Yes it
saying.
is. Yes it is.
We love you guys.
We will see you soon.
My Redeemer has saved me from sin. My soul is awakened. I live free from what held me, free from what fought me mentally. You've captured me in my mind. I am free in my heart. If I am yours, I am free.